What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. If you like Madden 23 rebuilds, then you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions in the comments below of other types of rebuilds you would like to see. If I choose your comment, I will feature it in that video. Today we're going to be doing a Brock Purdy 5-year rebuild with the 49ers. 49ers just lost in the NFC Championship game. Going to see what happens when they're going forward if they chose to pick Brock Purdy as a starting quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo's contract is running out, so he's going to be a free agent. Probably going to end up trading Trey Lance away to try to get more ammo to build this team up. Let's check out the season stats for the players. The 49ers had the 5th ranked offense. Defensively, they're ranked number 2, so this team is pretty well rounded. Jimmy Garoppolo threw for 2,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 67% completion with a 102 rating. Pretty solid season from him. Brock Purdy, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 67% completion with a 107 rating. Trey Lance, 194 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 48% completion with the 55 rating. Josh Johnson actually got to play a couple of snaps also, apparently. Christian McCaffrey had 1,139 yards, 4.7 per carry with 8 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell only played in 5 games, had 279 yards, 6.2 per carry with 2 touchdowns. Jordan Mason, 258 yards, 6 per carry with 1 touchdown. Deebo Samuel had 200 yards rushing, 5.5 per carry with 3 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk had 1,000 yards receiving with 8 touchdowns. George Kittle had 700 yards, 11 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey had 85 catches for over 700 yards with 5 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel had 600 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jawan Jennings, 400 yards, 1 touchdown. Defensively, Fred Warner led the team in tackles with 130. Trey Greenlaw had 127. Nick Bosa had 21 TFLs, freaking beast. 18.5 sacks for Nick Bosa, 5 for Ebukam, 4.5 for Omenihu, 3 for Drake Jackson, and 2 for Hufanga, and a couple other guys had 2. Interceptions, Tashawn Gibson led the team with 5. Hufanga had 4. Jimmy Ward had 3. Jackson, Warner, Greenlaw, Ward, Lenore, Odom, Mosley, and Womack all had 1. That was a lot of guys with 1 interception. The Eagles ended up beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 31-28 to win their 2nd Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Devontae Adams won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders. Defensive Player of the Year was Nick Bosa from the 49ers. Kenneth Walker won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jalen Petre won Defensive Rookie of the Year. 3 guys retired. Cornerback Janoris Jenkins retired after 11 years. Josh Johnson after 14 years. And the kicker Robbie Gould retires after 18 years. We have $73 million in cap space. I'm going to try to bring Jimmy Ward back. He has a lot of interest, and he's 32 years old, 84 overall with Star Dev. He wants a 2-year deal for about 18 mil. I'm going to offer it to him. He's coming back. 65 million left. Jason Verrett, I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 1-year deal. Doesn't have a lot of interest. I'm going to bump it up probably closer to 6 mil. He wants to go to free agency. Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. He wants a 2-year deal, 18 mil. He has a lot of interest, so I'm going to go ahead and offer it to him. He's glad that we got a deal done. Aziz Al-Shaair. I'm going to go ahead and offer it to him, I guess. 3 years, 20 mil. Let's bump it up a little bit since he doesn't have a ton of interest. Exactly the offer he was hoping for. 49 million left. Tashawn Gibson, 33 years old. He's down to 75 overall with normal dev. I'm going to move on from him. Manuel Mosley at cornerback, 77 overall with normal dev. I think I'm going to let him go to free agency. If we have to, we can bring him back there. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to free agency. Ebukam probably going to let him go too. Most of these other guys are probably just going to walk away from. Jake Brendel at center wants a 1-year deal. I'm going to go ahead and offer it to him. Bump it up just a little bit, 6 mil. All right, 1-year deal for him at center. Who else do we have over here? Yeah, the rest of these guys, unless any of them have star dev, I'm moving on from them. Doesn't look like any of them do. That's a lot of guys. This is what the team was looking like before free agency. Brock Purdy, 65 overall with normal dev. Let's check him out. 23 years old. He only has 81 throw power. What the heck? I think we're going to have to bump that up because I don't think that that's accurate. Especially if we're going to make him the starter for 5 seasons. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and adjust that. I'm not going to touch anything except for his throw power. I'm going to push it up to probably at least an 88. Yeah, it should be good. So after bumping his throw power up to 88, he is up to a 69 overall, still a normal div. We got Trey Lance, he's injured, but we're going to end up trading him away. Christian McCaffrey at running back, along with Mitchell, Deebo Samuel, and Ayuk at wide receiver. We could use a third receiver, but we could be okay with the ones that we have. We need to upgrade at right guard. The rest of the offense is looking decent. Defensively, we still got Fred Warner. He's injured right now. We just brought Alshire back. Basically, on defense, we're good. Maybe we could use another cornerback and a defensive end, but we'll see how free agency and the draft goes. Free agency, I'm bringing in a new kicker and a new punter. Our kicker just retired, and our punter was a really low overall, so I got the highest overall kicker and punter available. Also bringing in Connor McGovern at center. Probably move him to right guard or leave him at center and move our center to right guard. But that's all I'm doing in free agency. Just got into the draft here in the first round, and I'm looking, and we don't have a draft pick until the 5th round. We have 2 5th round picks and 2 7th round picks. So basically, this draft is going to be terrible, and next year we'll actually be back to a regular draft. Here in the 5th round, I'm using a different draft class than I've ever used before, so I'm trying out a different one that someone created. But I'm going to draft this center, Jarrett Patterson from Notre Dame. He's 6'4", 307 pounds, agile, scheme fit, 23 years old. He has marginal acceleration, great agility, elite change of direction with solid speed. Normal dev with 81 strength. Another 5th round pick here. I'm going to draft this cornerback, Rajon Wright. I'm not sure how to say his name. From Oregon State, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's a zone guy. Maybe we can move him to free safety. 23 years old. He's a top fit for us. Good acceleration, solid agility, decent change of direction, great jumping, decent speed. Normal dev with 89 speed. 7th round, I'm drafting this wide receiver, Zachary Franklin from UTSA. He's 6'1", 185 pounds. He's a playmaker, scheme fit, 22 years old. Good acceleration, solid change of direction, good speed with decent strength. Normal dev with 91 speed. Another 7th round pick here, number 30. I'm going to draft this cornerback, Caillou Blue Kelly from Stanford. 5'10", 190 pounds. He's a slot scheme fit. He looks pretty good. The only thing that looks terrible on him is that he has poor speed, poor change of direction, so I guess he doesn't look pretty good. I mean, he has A tackle, A press. His man coverage is B to D. Zone coverage is a C for sure. 85 speed with normal dev. Looking at the draft recap, all the guys are 67 overall besides this cornerback's 69 overall that we drafted in the 5th round. He has 89 speed. Wonder what his zone coverage is. He has 70 zone coverage, only 62 man coverage. Wow. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, the number 1 pick was Will Anderson that went to the Bears. He's a 79 overall. Bryce Young went to the Texans. He's a 75. CJ Stroud went to the Cardinals. He's a 75. Highest in the whole class was Will Anderson, 79 overall. Jalen Carter, Jahmyr Gibbs was a 77 overall in the 2nd round. Zach Evans, 76 overall in the 2nd round. I'm going to leave the schemes and the playbooks at the default 49ers, so we're doing the West Coast zone run, 95%, 4-3, cover 3, 80%, and then we're going the 49ers offense and defensive playbooks. This is the starting lineup for the first season. Brock Purdy is a 69 overall with normal dev. We still have Trey Lance here. He's injured for 2 more weeks, so we can't trade him until he's healthy. So I think after 2 weeks, we'll be trading him for sure, or at least at the beginning of the regular season. McCaffrey's a 95 X Factor. Mitchell's a 79. We got Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk at wide receivers. I guess we'll go with Ray McLeod at wide receiver 3. Offensive line is looking pretty good. Trent Williams, 97 superstar. McGlinchey is an 80 with star dev. George Kittle's a 96 X Factor. Defensively, Fred Warner's a 95 X Factor. We got Greenlaw and Alshire. Jimmy Ward moved him to free safety. Hufang is going to be strong safety for us. Nick Bosa's a 99 X Factor. Armstead's a 82 with star dev. Kinlaw's a 73 with star dev. Jackson's going to be our other defensive end. He's a 72 with normal dev. And then we got Ward's 86 with normal dev. Thomas a 73 with star dev. And Lenore a 74 with normal dev. Trey Lance is finally healthy, and I'm trading him to the Atlanta Falcons for a 2nd round pick. It don't matter what I did, I couldn't get a 1st round pick for him, so I'm going to take what I can get. We're only 2 weeks into the regular season, and Javon Kinlaw already tore his rotator cuff, and he's out for 19 weeks, so I'm putting him on injured reserve. At the midseason point, we are 5-1, off to a great start, leading the division. The Rams are 4-2, the Seahawks are 4-3, and the Cardinals are 2-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have -$1 million in cap space. What the heck, huh? Well, we're not gonna be able to bring any of these guys back right now. Looks like we might be losing Nick Bosa. End of the regular season, we finished 14-3, won the division, and got a 1st round bye week. The Rams went 10-7, Seahawks went 7-10, Cardinals went 5-12. See what happened with the player stats on the season. We had the 20th ranked offense. Defensively, we were ranked number 4. Defense carried us. Brock Purdy threw for 3,600 yards, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 64% completion with a 101 rating. Pretty solid season from him. McCaffrey had a great season, 1,200 yards rushing, 5 yards per carry with 13 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel had almost 500 yards rushing on 82 carries, 6 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. Brock Purdy had 130 carries, 366 yards, only 2.8 per carry with 1 touchdown. Mitchell had 200 yards, 3 yards per carry with 5 touchdowns. So we need to do something about the offensive playbook because Brock Purdy does not need to be carrying the ball 130 times. Deebo Samuel had 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ayuk had 959 yards, 9 touchdowns. McLeod 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. George Kittle 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. Fred Warner led the team in tackles with 129. Nick Bosa had 22 TFLs, and he led the team in sacks with 13.5. Basically got no sack production from anyone else. Greenlaw had 5 interceptions. Warner had 4. Hufanga had 3. Ambry Thomas had 3. Ward had 2, and then the rookie cornerback Wright had 1, and Jimmy Ward had 1. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Rams in the divisional round of the playoffs. They started out as a 6 seed. They beat the Buccaneers 17-14. On the other side, we have the Packers against the Eagles. We ended up destroying the Rams 30-7. NFC Conference Championship, we're going to be playing against the 10-7 Philadelphia Eagles. They started out as a 4 seed. They beat the Cowboys 21-17. Then they barely beat the Packers 15-14. On the other side, we had the Ravens against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. NFC Championship game here, playing in Levi's Stadium. We're down 3-0. Now we're down 6-0 in the second quarter. Finally kicked the field goal 6-3. Now we're losing 13-3 in the second. Scored a touchdown. We're losing 13-10. Now 20-10 in the third. 20-17 is a 3-point game in the third quarter. Philadelphia scored. Now we're down by 10. Now we're down 41-17 in the fourth. 41-23. We got beat. Ravens beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl 35-20 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson won Super Bowl MVP and regular season MVP. Our coach Kyle Shanahan won Coach of the Year. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Hendon Hooker won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Packers. Nolan Smith won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Chiefs. We only have $26 million in cap space, and pretty much the only player that's even worth bringing back is going to be Nick Bosa, but we don't have enough money to sign him. I'm going to go look at the players' salaries and see if we can free up some cap space. Eric Armstead's going to be on the last year of his deal. He's 30 years old, 83 overall. I would like to keep him, but he's going to make almost $26 million this year, and we can save $18 million by releasing him, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now we have $44 million in cap space. I'm going to try to get Nick Bosa re-signed. He wants a 4-year deal for $123 million. I'm going to offer that to him and see what he says. He wants to test out free agency. Freaking dude. How much is it to franchise tag him? 24 mil? Alright, done deal. I'm going to try to bring Javon Kinlaw back. He's 26 years old, 74 overall, but he still has star dev and he only wants 11 mil over 2 years. He has like no interest, so I'm going to bump him up to a 3-year deal. He wants to go to free agency. It was worth a try. This is what the team looks like before free agency. Brock Purdy's playing up to a 76 overall with star dev. He's technically a 72, and he has star dev, so let's see how he got there. Conference playoff week, he won the offensive player of the week to get jumped up to star dev. Well, we'll take it for sure. See what his ratings are looking like. 88 throw power. All of his accuracies are in the 80s, besides deep accuracies of 79. Offense is looking pretty good. We could still use a 3rd wide receiver, and we definitely need to get a center. On defense, we just need defensive tackles basically, and we could use another legit pass rusher opposite of Nick Bosa. Lenore went up to star dev. He's 75 overall. Thomas is 75 with star. Ward's 88, still has normal dev. But yeah, we need to focus on this D-line right now. Free agency, I'm bringing back Eric Armstead, defensive tackle, 83 overall star dev on a 1-year deal, and also bringing back Javon Kinlaw, 74 overall star dev on a 3-year deal. He's 26 years old. We only got $2 million left in cap space, so I can't bring anyone else back. Here in the first round of the draft, I'm setting at pick number 18, and the Patriots have that pick. I'm going to trade up for it. There's a cornerback that's a true top 5 guy that's still sitting there. I have to give him a first round pick this year, which is number 30. First round pick next year projected to be 29, and then a 3rd round pick this year to make it happen. This is the cornerback. His name's Emmanuel Dobbins from Wisconsin. He's 6'4", 204 pounds, so he's a big dude. He's a man-to-man guy, 100% scouted, true top 5 talent. 22 years old, great acceleration, great agility, good change of direction, good jumping, elite speed with decent strength. He has B man coverage, C zone coverage. He's got hidden dead with 95 speed. In the second round, we have 2 second-round picks. This is number 19. We're going to take the strong safety Don Shields from Florida. He's 6'1", 207 pounds. He's a hybrid scheme fit. We're going to end up needing someone to replace Jimmy Ward. This guy is 22 years old. He has good agility, good change of direction, good jumping, great speed with great strength. He has C zone coverage. His man coverage is going to be between an A and a C. He has hidden dead with 92 speed. I'll take that. We have our other second round pick, number 30 here. I'm going to take this outside linebacker, Carlos Jenkins from Southern Miss. He's 6'5", 253 pounds. He's a speed rusher, so I'll be moving him to defensive end. Basically taking a chance on him. He's 22 years old. He has solid acceleration, good change of direction with elite speed. His finesse moves is going to be between a B to a D, so obviously we're hoping he's going to be closer to a B. Power moves between A to a C. He's got normal dead with 86 speed. Here in the 4th round, I have this cornerback 100% scouted, and he's a true second to third rounder. His name is Jamie Black from Florida State, 6'2", 194 pounds, slot scheme fit. Can't pass up on someone I know for sure is supposed to be decent. 22 years old, good acceleration, elite agility, great jumping, and good speed. He's got normal dead with 91 speed. Here in the 6th round, I'm going to draft this left tackle, Josh Fulton from Vanderbilt. He's 6'4", 314 pounds. He's an agile scheme fit. 22 years old. He has elite acceleration. If I find someone that has elite in anything in the 6th round, probably not going to pass him up. Great agility, good change of direction, solid speed, decent strength. He's got normal dead with 83 strength. Checking out the draft recap, 1st round pick, cornerback Dobbins is a 76 overall. Love to see that. He had hidden div. He had 95 speed, 75 man coverage, 67 zone coverage, 88 jumping. 2nd round pick, this is a pick that we traded for Trey Lance. He's a 75 overall. Safety, Don Shields, hidden div. 22 years old, 92 speed. He has 70 zone coverage. Man coverage is 75. 77 catching. The rest of the picks, we drafted this defensive end. Well, he was an outside linebacker, but I moved him to defensive end. He was a 70 outside linebacker. He bumped up to a 71 at defensive end. This other cornerback, Jamie Black, took him in the 4th round. He's a 70 overall, 62 overall left tackle, and then the computer drafted a 67 middle linebacker. They all had normal div. See what the entire NFL draft recap is looking like. Number 1 pick was a quarterback that's 81 overall. Nice. I went to the Dolphins. And he was the highest in the whole class. And there was a 77 overall cornerback that went in the 2nd round to the Cardinals. Nice. I'm staying with the West Coast zone run, 91%, and the 4-3 cover 3 on defense, 83%. But I am going to switch the playbook on offense to Cleveland, to West Coast zone run. The goal of this playbook is to run the ball to set up the play action and attack the short and intermediate fields of passing. So I think that's going to be best for Brock Purdy. This is the starting lineup for season 2. Brock Purdy is a 72 with star depth. McCaffrey's a 97 X Factor. Samuel's a 91 superstar. Ayuk's 87 with star. We got Danny Gray in the slot. Offensive line, we do need to do something about center. We didn't have any money, so I couldn't really do anything. But on the defensive side, I'm going to make some trades. Kittle's a 97 with superstar dev at tight end. So we have Jimmy Ward over here at free safety, but I'm going to make Shields the starter over him. He's the safety that we just drafted. And then also Dobbins, the cornerback we drafted in the 1st round, is the 2nd best corner we have. So I'm going to keep Thomas and I'm going to trade Lenore. So I'm going to trade Lenore and Ward and see if we can do something about getting us a better center. I was able to trade the cornerback Lenore to the Packers for Myers at center. They're both 75 overall, so it's just an even swap. I put the free safety Jimmy Ward up for trade, and the Titans are willing to give me wide receiver Traylon Burks. He's a 76 overall. We need a 3rd receiver, so I'm definitely doing this too. So after those 2 trades, we got Myers at center. We upgraded the offense with 2 players by trading away 2 defensive players that we didn't want to get any playing time anyways. At the midseason point, we're off to a great start. Once again, we're 5-2, leading the division. The Seahawks are 4-2, the Rams are 3-3, and the Cardinals are 3-4. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $116 million in cap space. Nick Bosa, 26 years old, 99 X Factor. Definitely want to bring him back. So offer him this 4-year deal and see what he says. He's coming back. Nice. Who else do we have? Travarius Ward, he's 28, 87 overall, only normal dev. So we're gonna go ahead and offer him a deal. Let's bump him up to a 2-year deal. Let's see what he says. He's coming back. 73 mil left. Brandon Ayuk, definitely want to bring him back. He's 88 star dev, 26 years old. Let's give him a 4-year offer since he has no interest. It's exactly the offer he wanted. He's coming back. 57 million left. Dre Greenlaw, 27 years old, 87 overall, superstar dev. He wants a 4-year deal for about 63 mil. Let's offer that to him. He's coming back. 42 million left. Hufanga, definitely want to bring him back as well. Doesn't have a lot of interest, so let's give him a 5-year offer. Need to do more to convince me. Alright. Eric Armstead, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year on him. Matt Gay, the kicker, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year on him. Elijah Mitchell, not bad for a backup running back, 3 mil a year. Offer it to him. He's coming back. We got 30 mil left. Josh Myers at center. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. McGlinchey at right tackle. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year on him as well. End of the regular season, we finished 11-6, won the division again. The Seahawks and Rams both went 10-7, and the Cardinals went 7-10. Let's see what happened with the player stats here. We had the 13th ranked offense, so that's better than last season. Brock Purdy looks like he had an amazing year. Defensively ranked number 5th. Brock Purdy threw for 4,200 yards, 45 touchdowns with only 10 interceptions, 66% completion with a 110 rating. That's a great season for him, maybe MVP caliber. Christian McCaffrey, 1,600 yards, 5.7 per carry with 15 touchdowns. Awesome. Brandon Ayuk had 1,100 yards receiving with 9 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Traylon Burks, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. George Kittle, 600 yards with 7 touchdowns. McCaffrey, 300 yards rushing with 4 touchdowns. Fred Warner led the team in tackles on defense, 124. Dre Greenlaw had 115. Nick Bosa, 21 TFLs. Nick Bosa, 15 sacks. Eric Armstead, 12.5 sacks. Drake Jackson, 8.5 sacks. Fred Warner had the most interceptions with 4. Greenlaw had 3. Hufanga had 3. Wright had 2. Thomas had 1. Alshire had 1. We're going to be playing against our division rival, Seattle Seahawks, in the wild card round. They went 10-7. We also have the Packers against the Commanders, the Buccaneers against the Giants, and the Cowboys had a first round bye week. Unfortunately, the Seahawks beat us 29-25, knocking us out of the playoffs. The Raiders beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 27-13 to win their 4th Super Bowl. Max Crosby won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. Left tackle Trent Williams retired after 15 years, so we just lost our best offensive lineman. We're definitely going to have to replace him. We have $72 million in cap space. I'm going to try to bring Hufanga back again. He still has 0 interest. What is bringing him down? Income tax in California is the biggest impact on him. Okay. Alright, well, let's offer him a 5-year deal and see what he says. Good offer. He got the deal done. He's coming back. 63 mil. Eric Armstead, I want to bring him back one more year. 31 years old, 81 overall, star dev. He's coming back. 54 million left. Matt Gay at kicker. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. 50 mil left. Josh Myers at center. I'm going to go ahead and offer it to him. Doesn't have a lot of interest, so let's give him a 3-year deal. He's coming back. He's happy. 43 million left. McGlinchey at right tackle. He only wants 9 mil for 1 year. Go ahead and offer it to him. I'm going to bump him up to 9.7. He's coming back. Might have to move him to left tackle. Aaron Banks at left guard. He has a ton of interest. Still 77 overall. I'll go ahead and bring him back. He's coming back. Connor McGovern at right guard. He only wants $3 million. That's cheap for a starter. For 1 more year, he's 32. He's coming back. 26 million left. Ambry Thomas at corner. He has 0 interest. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. Offer him a 3-year deal. He wants to go to free agency. Anybody else that we want to try to bring back? Looks like that's going to be it. This is what the team looks like before free agency. Pretty much on offense, all we need is a left tackle. And if we can't find one better than McGlinchey, then we'll move McGlinchey to left tackle and make the new guy right tackle. On defense, We need another cornerback, a third corner, and we could still use an upgrade at D-tackle and defensive end. Kenlaw lost his star dev, he's down to normal dev. Bosa and Warner are both the 99 X factors. Also, the free safety Shields had star dev and Dobbins had star dev, the cornerback that we drafted. Free agency, I spent big on right tackle Penei Sewell. He's an 89 overall superstar dev, 24 years old. Got him on a 6-year deal to replace Trent Williams. Also bringing back Ambry Thomas at cornerback. He's a 76 overall star dev, 25 years old. Got him on a 2-year deal. We only got $1 million left in cap space, so can't sign anyone else. Here in the draft in the second round, we did not have a first round pick since we traded it away last year. I'm going to draft this left tackle Brandon Cooper from Oregon. He's 6'5", 315 pounds, agile, scheme fit, have him 95% scouted, 21 years old. He has elite acceleration, great agility, elite change of direction, good jumping, good speed, solid strength. He has A awareness, A impact block, A lead block, A run block finesse. He's got hidden dev with 86 strength. Probably going to move him to right tackle, start him over Mike McGlinchey, trade McGlinchey away. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this wide receiver, Floyd McCloyd, just because his name sounds great. No, I'm just kidding, but he looks like he's pretty good. He's from Navy, 6'5", 215 pounds, playmaker, scheme fit, 50% scouted on him. He's 22 years old, good acceleration, solid agility, solid jumping, solid speed, good strength. Know for sure that he has B catching and he has a chance to have A in a few things. He does have A spectacular catch. He has hidden dev with 89 speed. I'm going to draft this outside linebacker Steve Columbus from Syracuse. He's 6'2", 257 pounds, speed rusher. Definitely be moving on the defensive end. 22 years old. He has great acceleration, good change of direction, good jumping with elite speed and good strength. He has B finesse moves, and his power moves are going to be between a B to a D. Has a chance to have A on like 5 or 6 things right there. Normal dev with 86 speed. Looking at the draft recap, the left tackle we drafted in the second round is a 72 overall. We saw that he has hidden dev. He's going to be starting on the offensive line somewhere, but I'm not going to move him to right tackle. Wide receiver we drafted in the third round is only a 68 overall, but he does have hidden dev. The fact that he's 6'5" is crazy, and he has 89 speed. Outside linebacker I drafted in the fourth round is only a 67 overall, and he's a speed rusher, so I'm going to go ahead and move him to defensive end and see if that bumps up his overall at all. Went up to 69, so he'll just be a backup. Computer drafted this wide receiver in the 5th round. He's a 72 overall with normal dev. They also drafted this running back in the 6th round. He's a 69 overall power back, and he does have hidden dev. The number 1 pick in the entire draft was a 74 overall outside linebacker that went to the Jaguars. Highest in the whole draft was 80 overall safety that went to the Bears. This is what the starting lineup looks like for season 3. Purdy is a 74 with star dev. I'm going to make McCloyd the starter in the slot. This is a wide receiver we drafted. He has hidden dev. Also, I moved Cooper to center. I'm going to make him the starter over Myers and trade Myers away. So we have Penei Sewell we brought in free agency at left tackle. McGlinchey at right tackle is 82. Kittle's at 98 still with superstar dev. Defensively, Dobbins is a 78. That corner we drafted last year. Ward's a 87 with normal dev. Thomas 77 with star. Shields is 79 with star at free safety. Hufanga 84 at strong safety with star dev. Dre Greenlaw is injured at outside linebacker, but he's 89 with superstar dev. Warner is a 99 X factor. Shire is a 79 with normal dev. We need to try to fix this defensive line. I know I've been saying that, we've been trying, but we just didn't have any money. We got Kenlaw and Jackson, Armstead, and Bosa. Trading that center Myers and also wide receiver Traylon Burks to the Buccaneers for a 2nd round pick. At the midseason point, we're off to a pretty good start. Once again, we're 5-2, leading the division. The Seahawks are 5-2, the Rams are 4-2, and the Cardinals are 2-4. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $107 million in cap space. Christian McCaffrey, 29 years old, still a 98 overall scheme fit X factor. He wants to come back. We also want to bring him back. Got him on a 4-year deal. 97 million left. George Kittle, 31 years old, 97 overall scheme fit with superstar dev. He has a lot of interest, and so do I. He's coming back on a 3-year deal. 84 million left. Deebo Samuel, 29 years old, 91 overall scheme fit superstar dev. He wants to come back, and I want to bring him back. He's coming back. 66 million left. Who else do we have over here? Fullback, moving on from him. Armstead, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. McGlinchey, I'm going to wait till the end of the year on him. I'm going to wait till the end of the year on everyone else. End of the regular season, we finished 8-9 and we missed the playoffs for the first time in the rebuild. The Seahawks won the division with 11-6 record. The Rams went 9-8 and the Cardinals went 6-11. See what happened with the players' stats. We had the number 12 ranked offense, so offense is doing decent. Defensively, 29th. What the heck happened to the defense? Brock Purdy threw for 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 61% completion with a 99 rating. That's a solid season. He had 1,200 yards running, 4.8 per carry with 8 touchdowns. He did miss one game, and Mitchell had 327 yards, only 3.4 per carry with 8 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk had 1,300 yards receiving with 10 touchdowns. Samuel, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Kittle had 600 with 6 touchdowns. Michael Barber had 300 yards with 3 touchdowns. Zachary Franklin, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Our guy McCloyd that hit and dead barely got any. 12 catches for 160 yards, 1 touchdown. Dre Greenlaw led the team in tackles with 154. Warner had 128 and Hufanga had 113. Nick Bosa had 21 TFLs and he led the team with 13.5 sacks. We need to get some other sack help out here because these guys ain't cutting it. Interceptions, Fred Warner had 2, and then Thomas, Dobbins, Shields, and Wright had 1. The Chiefs beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl 28-14 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow won MVP of the regular season with the Bengals. Brendan Washington won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. We have $60 million in cap space. I'm going to move on from Eric Armstead and try to upgrade this defensive line. Also moving on from Juszczyk. McGlinchey, I'm going to try to upgrade him in free agency. If not, we can always bring him back. Drake Jackson, definitely moving on from him. Shair, probably going to try to upgrade him. McGovern, he's already 33 years old. He's down to a 75. Definitely need to bring Brock Purdy back. He wants a 5-year deal for $143 million. What the heck? And he has 0 interest. This guy tripping. Let's go ahead and offer him this deal, and then if he turns it down, we'll just franchise tag him. Yeah, he signed it. Okay. I'm surprised that he signed that deal. He was like, I'm happy with this deal. It's the most money I ever had in my life. Alright, yeah, the rest of these guys moving on from them all, and we're going to try to upgrade. This is what the team looks like before free agency. We're good at running back, wide receiver. We could use a 3rd one, but we're good with what we got. We do need a new right guard and a right tackle. Defensively, we need to do something about this defensive line for sure. We need a defensive tackle and a new pass rusher. Could use another outside linebacker. Hufanga's up to superstar dev. That's good to see. Ward's 85 with normal dev. Dobbins is 80 with star. Could use a 3rd cornerback, or no, Thomas is still here. He's injured. All right. Defensive line, pass rusher for sure. Free agency, I'm bringing right tackle Mike McGlinchey back. He was the best available. He's an 81 with star dev on a 1-year deal. Same thing with Armstead at defensive tackle. He's a 79 overall, best available on a 1-year deal. Also bringing Shaq Thompson in at right outside linebacker for 1 year. And then Kendrick Green at left guard. He's a scheme fit, normal dev, 77 overall, 27 years old on a 2-year deal. Here in the first round, pick number 14, the Chargers screwed me on the guy that I wanted to draft. They ended up drafting him. I think it was like pick number 10 or something. So I'm going to end up taking this outside linebacker. We really need help on pass rushing. What's crazy is I have a couple of cornerbacks 100% scouted. They're true top 5 guys. But I think that one of them will still be there when we pick in the 2nd round. So I'm going to go ahead and draft this guy, Tevin Street from Oregon State. He's 6'5", 263 pounds, power rusher. He's a true 1st to 2nd round talent. 23 years old. He has good change of direction, great jumping, good speed, good strength. We know for sure that he has C finesse moves, but he does have A power moves. He only has normal dev, go figure. 82 speed. Here in the 2nd round, one of those corners is still there, luckily. His name is Kevon Wynn from UCLA. He's 6'4", 206 pounds. He's a man-to-man guy, 100% scouted, true top 5 talent, 23 years old. Great acceleration, good agility, good change of direction, solid jumping with the elite speed and good strength. He only has normal dev, 95 speed. We have another second round pick here. I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Oscar Vallejo from Colorado. He's 6'6", 316 pounds. He's a run stopper. Only got him 50% scouted. I'm just going to take a chance on him. 21 years old. He has good agility, solid speed, good strength. I know for sure that he has B finesse moves is the main thing that I like, and he has A tackle. He has hidden dev, 88 strength. Finally getting lucky here. Here in the third round, I have this linebacker, 100% scouted. He's a true second to third round talent. His name is Darren Moyer from Michigan. He's 6 foot, 226 pounds, and he's a pass coverage scheme fit. 23 years old. He has great acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, elite jumping, elite speed, and good strength. He's a hell of an athlete. And he has hidden depth with 89 speed. Damn, he could play safety. Here in the fourth round, I'm going to take this right tackle, George Cardona from Temple. He's 6'4", 313 pounds. He's an agile scheme fit, 21 years old. Great acceleration, good agility, great speed with solid strength. Normal dev with 85 strength. This is what the starting lineup looks like for the fourth season. Brock Purdy's up to a 76 with star dev. McCaffrey lost his X factor, but he's still a superstar. He's a 98. Samuel's a 91. Ayuk's a 89. Brought in Green at right guard, 79 with normal dev. Kittle's a 97 with star. Defensively, we made some draft picks to try to address this defensive line issue. So I'm going to make the defensive tackle Vallejo, the rookie, is going to be starting over top of Kinlaw. I'm going to trade Kinlaw away. Also, Street is the other guy that we drafted. I'm going to be starting him over Jenkins. Hopefully one of them can win the defensive rookie of the year, or maybe even win the other guy that we drafted. He's a rookie. He's a 77 overall. I'm going to trade away Thomas and make Wynn the slot cornerback. Try to give them the best opportunity to win the defensive rookie of the year. Probably not good for the defense in general for the whole season, since we have like 3 or 4 rookies starting, but it is what it is. That's how it fell. Warner's a 99 X Factor. Thompson's a 78 with normal. Greenlaw's a 89 with star dev. Hufanga still has superstar. He's a 86. Shields is a 81 with star dev. Ward's a 85 with normal dev. Put defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw and cornerback Ambry Thomas on the block, and the Patriots are willing to give me Quentin Johnson at wide receiver. We could use a third receiver, so I'm definitely going to do this deal. Quentin Johnson is 83 overall, star dev wide receiver from TCU. He's got 94 speed, and he can catch like a mofo. It looks like he's 6'4", 212 pounds, 25 years old. Here at the midseason point, things are not looking great. We're third in the division. The Seahawks are 5-2, the Rams are 4-3, and the Cardinals are 1-6. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $92 million in cap space. Quentin Johnson, I definitely want to bring him back. Let's see who else we have. Fred Warner, Charvarius Ward, McGlinchey. All right, let's start with Fred Warner. He's 29 years old. He does not have any interest in coming back. I'm gonna have to bump him up to like a 6-year deal. He's happy to come back on that huge deal. I'm sure he is. Quentin Johnson, let's go ahead and try to offer him a deal. Let's bump him up to a 3-year deal. That's a good offer. Glad we got a deal done. Charvarius Ward, I do want to bring him back. I'm going to wait till the end of the season to see if he goes down any. McGlinchey, he only wants $7 million. That's not bad. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. We got $58 million left. Armstead, like I said, I'm going to try to upgrade this position. I don't know how it's going to work out in free agency, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and try to bring Aaron Banks back. He's coming back. We got $54 million left. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7. We won the division, made it to the playoffs. The Seahawks went 10-7. The Rams went 8-9, and the Cardinals went 6-11. See what happened with the season stats here. We got the number 28th ranked offense. What the heck? Defensively, we didn't even get ranked at all. Glitching out over here. Brock Purdy threw for almost 4,000 yards, only 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 63% completion with a 96 rating. Probably his worst season yet. Christian McCaffrey, 1,300 yards, 5.4 per carry with 17 touchdowns. That's an excellent season from him. He only had 250 carries. He played in 16 games, so he missed 1. Deebo Samuel, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Ayuk, almost 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kittle, 600 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quentin Johnson, 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. Defensively, Fred Warner, 134 tackles. Nick Bosa, 19 TFLs, and he led the team in sacks with 19. The rookie defensive tackle Vallejo had 7 sacks. Armstead had 6. Greenlaw had 3.5. Jenkins had 3. Where's our rookie at? Is that him? Steve Columbus? Is that him? I don't remember what his name was, but apparently he didn't get very many sacks. Warner had 4 interceptions. Thompson had 3. Kevon Wynn, the rookie, had 2 interceptions. Hufanga had 1 along with Ward, Shields, Dobbins, Blue Kelly, and Wright. Going to be playing against the 10-7 Washington Commanders in the wild card round. I did see that Christian McCaffrey is injured for like 6 weeks. We also have the Cowboys against the Panthers, the Buccaneers against the Seahawks, and the Bears have a first round bye week. Commanders ended up beating us 38-28. Justin Carr, their quarterback, had a great day. Purdy did okay. Rushing, they got Joe Mixon on their team, and Elijah Mitchell got all the carries since McCaffrey was hurt. Also, Deebo Samuel was injured too, so Ayuk got all the catches and yards, and Quentin Johnson actually had a decent amount. Kittle only had 4 catches for 33 yards. Immediately after we got beat by the Commanders, I went to advance week and it froze up, and then all of a sudden it came back and I'm locked out. It won't let me advance to the next week no matter what I do. I already tried turning the game off, turning it back on. I tried retiring the character, creating a new one. Every time I come back to it, it always is stuck right here. I came over here to options, I went to retire, and I clicked on create a new character, and then I came back to the 49ers as Kyle Shanahan, and it still is locked up. So I'm gonna try this demand release and see what happens. Never done this before. It says that you were fired. Acknowledge that you've been fired, and it still won't even let me advance week. You see that? What the heck? Alright, well, unfortunately that's gonna be it for the video. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.